What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we bought something new. In fact, I've bought a couple of new cars, and, well, it's sitting right over there. So here it is. It's my new-to-me Cadillac, although I don't remember what the year is. I think it's like a 92. I got this for $200, and I know that's going to be very difficult to believe, but this was something that, like, nobody wanted. I don't even see the year. Now that it's here, I kind of understand a little bit better. It's a little rough, but I mean, for a $200 car, it's kind of hard to complain about it. Oh, it's a 93, manufactured 12 of 92. I'm going to show you around the car, then I'm going to show you the flaws that I have found with it just walking around. I have not driven this. I know nothing about it. Tow truck dropped it off, and here she is. They dropped it off when I wasn't here. I can only assume that they had to drive it into this location because they should have had it facing the other direction on the tow truck. And they actually did a really good job. So I'm assuming that it runs and drives. The listing said that it runs and drives, but it doesn't look too bad. It's supposed to have 77,000 miles on the odometer. And if that is true, well, that's not bad at all. This was at some point taped up, but the tape is all gone. So yeah, you got a broken mirror. That's fine. Honestly, at first glance, you guys are probably looking at this and you're thinking the car really doesn't look that bad. And for $200, I'm not going to complain about any cosmetic defects if it runs and at least moves up and down the street. Now, like I said, at first glance, it looks pretty decent, right? Here's the thing, and I didn't see this in the pictures, okay? Somebody stuck tape all over this car, everywhere, and I see why they did it. I thought maybe it's busted up. It's not. It's nothing busted. It's the paint had started. See how the paint's coming off here? The paint was peeling, so they put white tape over all the places that the paint was peeling. See where it's peeled off right there? Yeah, they just stuck tape all over it. Same thing here. Paint peeling, tape. Paint peeling, tape. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, the fender is plastic. It's cracked here, so they put tape over that as well. Broken mirror, tape as well. Another crack on the fender up here. Yep, you guessed it, tape. Tape as well. Interesting. No hail damage. I don't see any real body damage to speak of. No real dents or anything. A few places where the paint is peeled and they put the white tape over it. Crack in this bumper right here. You can see where the paint failed underneath all of this tape here. It's peeling right here as well. And they just taped it all up. It comes with the wonderful 4.9 liter port fuel injection front wheel drive V8. A lot of people hate the 4.9. I actually love the 4.9. It was the 4.1 that I couldn't stand. The 4100 was a horrible motor in my opinion, but the 4.9, I found them to be rock solid engines. Now right here, more tape. This panel looks like it came unclipped. It was coming off. So, you know, just throw some white tape on it. So now you've seen the worst of the car, right? There's something else that kind of concerns me. I'm noticing lots of grease prints, thumb prints, hand prints, very greasy all over the front of this car. You could probably use this for forensic evidence if you needed to. You know, I mean, we have excellent prints from somebody's hand covered in grease all over the sides here. So it looks like somebody was doing some serious mechanicking on this car. Where it came from, I'm not quite sure. It says Advanced Remarketing Services. I did pick it up from Insurance Auto Auctions, and I did win it for $200. Now, it's got the factory wheels. And it's actually got really nice, at least one really nice tire. They match front and back. Also really good tread. Tire looks great. Let's see what we got over here. Another matching tire with excellent tread. And what do we have over? Another matching tire with very decent tread. So 4 matching tires with good tread. Paint and body, it looks relatively good aside from a few places where the paint's peeling and someone decided to fix it with white tape. The question though is it going to run and drive? 77,000 miles. That is nothing for one of these. And I'll be honest with you, take a look at the interior. It actually looks like it could be a 77,000 mile car for sure. I mean, it's It smells good. It's in good shape. Ashtray doesn't look like it's ever been used. Cigarette lighter, that's never been used, guys. Look at that. Wow. Cigarette lighters and ashtrays in the doors. How nice, you know, for the smokers back in the day. Headliner also looks really good, guys. Look around this thing. It's pretty decent. I do see some wear on the front seat, which is to be expected. I mean, 77,000 miles on a 1993 is nothing, but, you know, keep it real. 77,000 miles is, you know, getting up on the higher side of mileage, but for a car this old, not too bad. You can see the stress cracks in the paint or the dye in the seat. You even have a little cut right here. Got a cup holder. We got some, what do we got down here? Alpine. You got the head unit information right here, guys. We got another cup holder thing right here. Ashtray. Look at this, I guarantee it. 2 ashtrays, one for each side. They were really considerate back in the day, weren't they? They really wanted people to smoke. You know, smoke as much as you can. I'm fiddling with this cigarette lighter. I just want to find out if it's ever been used. I don't know why, but I kind of have a hang up with those things. Look at that. Never been used. Never been used. Wow. Up, trunk, and fuel door. Someone put a spare key in here. Interesting. Okay. Of course, you've got your Alpine unit right here, a CDE 151. That is old school. You got your electronic digital climate control. You've got your fuel data, your economy stuff right here, and digital gauges. Let's pop the hood. If this thing really has 77,000 miles, I'm going to be very impressed. Let's pop the hood. Hold on. Where is the... There it is. Uh-oh. Oh, no, it's broken. It's broken. The hood latch, the hood release. Wait a minute. What? Hold on. What is this? What is it? Oh. Oh. That's a coat hanger. That's a coat hanger. Okay, so I can't, I don't think I can do this. They put a coat hanger as a hood release. There it is. Wow. That's boy, that's something. That's something. Looks like somebody may have done a tune-up at one time because they've got all the plug wires labeled. And looks like this one's not, that one's not even on. Look at this. That one was just sitting there. Oh, ow, mother. Yeah, that just happened. Might want to make sure that these plug wires are all attached. It seems like they all are, just except for that one. So that definitely wasn't good. Under here, things look pretty good. Let's check the oil. Oil is brown, looks nice. Oh, look at this. It says trans serviced at 40,685 miles. All right, so the transmission has been serviced. Power steering looks good. Guys, so far, ow. Other than the hood struts not working, definitely curious about the transmission fluid. Let's see what that looks like. It's not pretty, but I mean, it's not black or anything. Looks like it's due for a service. And back in these days, if I remember correctly, trans service was due about every 30,000 miles back in the day, guys. Battery is from September 2021. So it's 3 years old. Not too bad. All right, you know what it's time for. Gently set this hood down. And boy, I hope I can get to that piece if I need to ever open this again. That's honestly not a good... Uh-oh. Oh no, I just lost it. Oh man, fun times. All right, let's put the key in. Let's see if this thing runs. And then of course we'll take it for a drive. Listen, for $200, you're not gonna hear me complain about this car. Came with two, of course, Yep, that figures. Dead as a doornail. It came with 2 key fobs and 2 sets of keys. All right, well, I'm gonna have to go get a booster pack. And since I made the mistake of already closing the hood, just assuming that it was gonna start, I get to figure out how to get the hood back open again. All right, that was less than enjoyable, guys. But we got it done. Hopefully we have juice and we will bring that booster pack with us. Fired right up. Fired right up. Sounds good. 77,000 miles. Yeah, oh, air conditioning came on automatically. One problem. There's nothing showing up on the screen. Can we just turn it off? Uh-oh. None of the buttons work. Nope. Nope. None of the buttons work. I hear a slight squeal. Oh, that's cold air. That's ice cold air conditioning. Seriously, guys, that is cold air. It's only coming out of the vent, and you can't turn it off. You can't do anything. Does this turn on? Uh-oh. We may have a blown fuse, guys. We might have a blown fuse that has something to do with the radio, and maybe the vents as well, because the radio doesn't turn on. Or it could be a detachable face. Of course, I don't know how to work it. I need to read the books. This may not be a detachable face. Most of them were. Anyway, not important. That's fine. It is blowing cold air conditioning, though. It seems to be running great. We'll test the horn in a minute. Important window works. Less important window works. Really? Steering is good. Brakes feel good. Gears. Reverse. Drive. Guys, this is nice. This is, I mean, it's a little rough, cosmetically speaking. It's a little rough. But even the AC is cold in this. For $200. $200. Somebody missed out. Let's turn the lights on real quick, make sure they work. And then we're going to take this thing out for a quick spin. Do a little 10-mile run with her. Let's see if we got lights back here. We do. License plate lights, yes. Yes. The mirror will just have to sit like that for now. Side lights, yes. Headlights. Turn signal lights or parking lights, yeah. Guys, really? Really now? All right. Well, let me disconnect this booster pack. We're going to take it with us, and we'll check the trunk, and we'll take it on a ride. So why don't we see if the remote trunk works. Fuel door, both of them. Service engine soon light came on. That's all right. AC is still cold. Even coming out of the vent, it might be enough to, or coming out of the defroster, it might be enough to keep the car cold. Oh, that's, I've smelled better. Phew. All right, let's move on to the trunk. Looks nice. Do we have, is there a spare tire under here somewhere? Yeah. Let's see if it has one. I hear a little bit of a exhaust rattle from a shield. It does have the spare tire, and it does have air. I mean, and it's got that soft close. Watch this. Look at that. Wow. And then the crest opens for you to put your key in, and once you put your key in, it pushes this thing down, and it'll, well, once you turn the key, this crest will close automatically for you. All right. Hey, listen, I don't have a plate on this. That's all right. The gas in it honestly does not smell good. It says we got 15 gallons of gas. So let's hope that that's right. Let's reset our fuel economy. We're going to take this thing out for a little 10-mile drive. Oh, oil change. Thank you for your business. 12 of 21. Oh, mileage 77,400. It's at 77,413. So I wonder if this was the date of the oil change or the date it was due back for another one. If either way, guys, it's been 3 years since this, I could explain why the gas doesn't smell so good. All right, look, you got your Sentinel lighting as well. These old Cadillacs, man, I love them. Power lock, they work. Guys, I do believe this is a legitimate 77,000 mile car. Let me try the power seats. Yep, back, forward, up and down, tilt. Yes. It all works. It all works. And the driver's side is the first one to fail. All right. Look at that. Look at how good the writing is. It's not worn off or anything. Even the lights, man. Let's take her for a drive, guys. All right, let's see if we can, let's see if we can not hit the Corvette and also not go into the ditch. This is gonna be a close one. I think we, what happened? Oh, that's not good. The car completely shut off. I didn't do anything. I tapped on the gas and poof, she's gone. Well, this is interesting. It no longer runs. Oh, really? I tried to start it like 7 times. And it cranked and it would not come back to life. Okay, and now the hood is staying up, which is nice because last time it fell on my head. Huh. This is a little concerning, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little hesitant about taking this car out on a 10-mile run. It didn't even make it to the driveway. And we're already, it locked the doors? Oh, I locked the doors and forgot about it. She hasn't even made it out of the driveway yet, guys, and she's showing signs of something being wrong. Could it be low on fuel? Maybe the gas was bad or is bad, and maybe the sending unit is kind of frozen. And as soon as I tapped the gas, it died again. Perfect. All right, guys, for you, it's been a snap of a finger. For me, I spent the last 20-30 minutes out here messing with this. You notice the gas gauge now says full. I didn't want to take any chances, guys, so I filled it up. We got the boost pack with us, and we still haven't moved. The car is still right where it was sitting. I didn't want to do this without you. I got some vice grips holding up the hood so it doesn't fall on my head. And you may notice we swapped in a new battery. I got a brand new battery right here, an EverStart battery. I actually pulled that out of my Corvette since this car is still here, and I don't do anything with it. This car has it's just been sitting here. I never drive it. It hasn't moved in forever. It's not bolted down or anything. I just swapped it out. So we got a good battery. I took the battery out of this. I've got it in the house charging. I've got it on a reconditioning cycle. So with any luck, that battery might come back to life. Let's lower this down to first. Let's make sure this coat hanger sticks out, because if it doesn't, well, we'll be in big trouble. There we go. It's sticking out. Hood is closed. Still concerned about all the grease. I shouldn't have closed the hood. I closed the hood. I'm going to go to back up. It's going to die again. Hopefully it'll restart. We'll throw the vice grips right here in case we need them. And let's tap the gas. It died. When I tap the gas, it dies. Okay, let's try to 2-foot it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on, old girl. Okay. So 2-footing it seems to be the trick, which is weird. The check engine light comes on and goes out. You can't hear it, but it's revving up nicely. Let me throw my seatbelt on, guys. Let me throw my seatbelt on, and let's see if we can take it for a ride. I'm gonna 2-foot it for now, just because I don't trust it, man. Maybe it just needs to be driven, you know? Uh-oh. Oh, it died. Really? Battery's dead. What? Yeah, it's dead. Oh, I hate this car. Okay, booster pack is hooked up. First question is it going to start again? Second question is that battery charging? Fired right up. Oh, now it's starting to look like battery may not be charging, right? Huh. Why don't I go get a voltmeter real quick? We'll let this thing sit here and run. I think the longer it runs, the better. Something is definitely a little finicky with it. Check engine light comes on, but then it goes right back off again. So, not really sure about what's going on there. I know dying on me as I'm trying to pull out into the street is not a good way to start our relationship. That tire looks to be low. I probably ought to make sure we got good air in the tires too. Give me just a minute, guys. Let me fill these tires up, grab a voltmeter. Let's see if this thing is charging. Well, interestingly enough, it stayed running. Let's check and see what's going on with the battery. Make sure we got juice getting to the battery, although by now she should have died. Let's see if we can stick that one down in there, stick this one over here, and we're getting 1 volt. I'm kidding. I just don't have a, I don't have a good grasp on any of this here. Hold on a second, guys. Well, we got 13 volts. I'd truly like to see a little higher, but the cooling fans are running, air conditioning is on. So 13 volts, I'm gonna say is good. It's charging. So I'm a little confused why it doesn't seem to want to start with the battery, but it wants to start just fine when you put a jump pack on it. To me, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You'd think maybe a loose connection at the starter or something. That would make sense, but if it's a loose connection at the starter, hooking up a jump pack wouldn't make any difference, right? Because it'd still have a loose connection at the starter. Let's give her some... She's still she's hesitating. Check engine light is not on anymore either. When you first hit the gas, she cuts out. I don't know what else to do. AC is freezing cold, I'll give it that. It may not drive, but it's got good air conditioning, guys. I don't know what else to... the upper radiator hose feels good, not like it's getting hot or anything at all. It's nice and warm, but cooling fans running like they're supposed to. Ah, see this? This fell out. That'd be a problem, wouldn't it? Great. Now we got to figure out how to get this coat hanger. There we go. Just stay there, because if we lose that coat hanger, we're in big trouble. We're gonna try this again. This time, instead of backing out into traffic where it can die, I'm gonna go forward through the yard. So if it dies again, oh, the check engine light's on now. Hey, how about that? Okay, brakes, give it a little gas. Let's see if it'll, see, it's fine right now. And it died. Yeah, as soon as died. And now it doesn't want to start. There it is. Oh boy. Why do I feel like this is a really bad idea? Change oil soon, service engine soon. Let me put my seatbelt on, guys. I don't think this test drive is gonna go well. So normally I take these things right out on the 10-mile run. I have no faith in this car at all. So we're gonna start with just going up and down the street. There we go, shifted. Doing 39, 40. Steering wheel is straight. Okay, check engine light comes and goes. Brakes actually feel really good. So let's try going around the corner here. Signals came to life. Fuel economy seems to be working. We're getting off the main road now, which is good, because if something goes wrong, we can afford to break down back here off the main road. I don't want to break down on the main street, guys. That's a highway, and you're just asking for trouble. It's got good pickup. I mean, it seems to be running a whole lot better now, because before we couldn't even get it out of the yard. Again, guys, $200. I mean, can you really get too upset with the car? If it's got a few there's even spider webs on the dash. Guys, I'm telling you, this car's been sitting. This car has been sitting for, come on. There we go, it hesitated, but it went. What do you think, 10 miles? I mean, I'm kind of getting into the throttle, and she's going. You can see we're up to speed. We're getting a whole 8 miles a gallon. Air conditioning is nice and cool. I think we're going to do it, guys. We're going to try the cruise control too once we get out on the part of the interstate here, highway. Sorry, it's not an interstate. We get out to the part of the highway here where speed limits go up to 65. We'll get her up to speed. We'll set the cruise control. It rides like a Cadillac. It really does. It's a very quiet, comfortable ride. It actually rides really well, aside from the fact that it hesitates when you first take off, but it seems like it's getting better. The check engine light is solidly illuminated now. It's no longer going on and off. So remember, this is a 90s car, OBD1. We'll have to run a diagnostic on this. Normally on these old Cadillacs, you run a diagnostic through the climate control center, but since this one is dead, we can't do that. So we'll have to do the old school way. I'll worry about that another time, because most likely it's a throttle position sensor or maybe a mass airflow sensor, map sensor, I think. I think this car is a map sensor. It's probably going to be something related to one of those things. Easy fix, cheap fix, and now she's booking it, guys. Wow, let's set the cruise, 65, does it work? It does. Wait, it doesn't? It does? Yes, the cruise control works. Hot dang! For a $200 car. Yes, it gave us some problems. Yes, it's going to need some. Oh, the check engine light went off. Great. That's perfect. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. A couple things I'm noticing. Number one, we are going highway speeds, and cruise control is on, and it's working great. Cruise control is vacuum operated, which means the vacuum has got to be. Listen to that horn. It's like a train horn, man. If the vacuum was having, if we were having like a severe vacuum leak, we wouldn't have cruise control right now because it runs off vacuum. The way that check engine light comes on and goes off, dependent upon where I'm hitting the throttle, almost seems like we have a minor vacuum leak. Maybe there's a leak at the map sensor, you know, something minor, but it's something that is important. You know what I mean? Anyway, who cares? $200 car, cruise control. I want you to see, look, my foot is not on the gas, right? And take a look back up here. We're still cruising 66 miles an hour. The car is doing great. By the way, these old Cadillacs, believe it or not, even with the port fuel injection, the old school technology, they actually get pretty good gas mileage, guys. If I remember correctly, highway on these was like 25, 26 miles a gallon. They actually do pretty decent on the interstate. So we're obviously going highway speeds. You can see this is a very hilly area, and we're averaging 70 miles a gallon. That's got to be instantaneous. Let's go to average. Ah, there we go. Average 7.2. Why don't we? Let's reset that. Let's try to get a more accurate reading. 70 is not accurate, guys, and 7 is not accurate. We'll reset it. We'll cruise down the road a little bit, and we'll see how it's doing. So far, though, although it gave us some problems getting going, currently she is cruising down the highway very smoothly with nice cold air conditioning. You are going to get no complaints out of me about this car. Yes, she is slightly cosmetically challenged. It's definitely got its fair share of paint defects and a mirror hanging off and some white tape. And I guarantee you, the moment you go to rip all that tape off, it's going to take paint with it. You might be better just leaving the tape alone until you're ready to repaint the entire car. It made us work for it, guys. A lot of the cars that we bring to the channel, you literally throw a battery in them and some gas, and half the time these old cars jump right back to life and they're driving down the highway. This one was not that way. This one really made me work for it. I mean, we didn't do anything crazy. It was nothing too difficult, but it's pretty hot outside today. I definitely broke a sweat on this one. But again, it's a $200 car, and you know, with maybe 35, 40 minutes worth of work playing with it, we are cruising down the interstate. I don't know about you, but I cannot complain about that. And we're at our turnaround spot. So the question is, I hit the brakes hard. They were great. Is it going to die now that we're coming to a stop? You know the routine. We're going to stop. We're going to get out. We're going to walk around the car. Service engine light is back on again. Is it still running? Yes, it is. It is so quiet, guys. And I don't know if you can see in the mirror there. Take a look back here. Do you see those red lights? You probably can't see. Anyway, they turn with your turn signals. And they also come on with your brake lights. So you can see in your mirror, I guess, like which direction you're turning and that your brake lights are working. All right, so currently we're sitting here idling and killing our fuel economy. We were over 17 miles a gallon, now we're at 16. Check engine light is back on now that we're not on the throttle. I'm gonna roll this window down just because oh, it's automatic down, express down, really, on a 93. I'm impressed by the simplest things, guys. I don't see any smoke coming out from the car anywhere. The rattling from the exhaust has gone away. I got all the lights on so you can see that they're all working. You know, this car would clean up pretty decent, guys, aside from the paint problems. You could epoxy this mirror back on. In fact, I'm sure I'll get out there and try to put some epoxy on this to hold this mirror back in place. You gave this thing a good wash, cleaned up the wheels and tires, quick wipe down to the interior. This thing really would not be bad. Obviously, I'd like to fix the climate control. That would be nice, and fixing the radio would be nice too. A center cap would be nice. Here's where I'm at though, guys. You have to remember, it's a $200 car, okay? When I go to sell it, this car is not gonna bring diddly, all right? Nobody's interested in an old 90s Cadillac sedan DeVille, regardless if it has low miles and a clean title or not. By the way, yes, this does have a clean title, not salvaged, not wrecked, nothing like that. At the end of the day, nobody wants these old cars anymore. Take a look at that dash. It's not cracked at all. It needs a little bit of work. I have to decide what I'm going to do to it, how much I'm willing to spend on it, and stick to that. Because at the end of the day, the videos on this, well, you know, probably not going to do that great, but it's a car that I love. So I do want to do a little bit of work to it, and then we'll probably send it down the road. I don't see any reason to hold on to this. It'll be parked in the yard and it'll never get driven, just like the rest of my cars. So what do you think? Is it gonna die? Let's see. It did not die. And when we hit the gas, it died. Oh. Oh no. You know what? On second thought, you know, I'm sitting here thinking of all the things I'm going to do to fix up the car and make it better, and that's a starter, guys. I think that's a starter issue. Now, why it dies when you give it gas, I'm not sure. But that really seems like a starter. What if that's what they were doing under the car? What if that's what all those handprints are from? Somebody was under there tapping on the starter. And now it's good to go again. Huh. Well, it leaves you wondering, doesn't it? I'll tell you what, this car's got me wondering. Do I even want to spend any money on it, or do I just want to punt this one down the road, man? Unfortunately, like I said, it's not a car that's going to bring any money, guys. There we go. And we're off. We're going to get it back up to 65, set the cruise control. I know that's a good battery, guys, because that battery came out of my Corvette. And that battery it's brand new. That battery has never hesitated to start the Corvette. So I know it ain't the battery. All right, we're gonna set the cruise control. We're gonna continue down the road. So the car may need a starter. Again, that doesn't exactly make a lot of sense to me, because when I put the jump pack on it, it fires right up every time. We know that the alternator's charging. I don't know, guys. And think about it this way too. If we didn't have any juice in the battery, how could this car even stay running? We're running cooling fans, we're running air conditioning. All the electronics of the car are being run simultaneously. This car would have been dead on the side of the road by now. So the alternator's obviously charging. We measured the voltage at the battery. The battery's getting the juice. It's a good battery. You drop your comments below and tell me what you think. Honestly, I'm kind of at a loss. Well, she made it back. I'll bet you guys didn't think she'd make it to 10 miles, did you? She did. Not entirely happily, but she did. And as soon as she let off the gas, that check engine light comes back on again. I'm telling you, vacuum related. Fuel economy currently sitting at 24.7 miles a gallon. Of course, that's not completely accurate, but there it is. She made it. She made it back home. I guess I'm going to park her about right here. It runs fine. It idles great. It just doesn't want to start back up. I'm telling you, it's really got me thinking that maybe it's the starter. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut it off. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to get out, pop the hood real quick. Let's take a look under the hood. I'm going to check the voltage of the battery with this thing shut off, not running. You know, I don't know. Could I have a defective battery? I don't think so, guys. The only thing that's different here is the car. You know what I mean? In the Corvette, this thing's never hesitate. Uh-oh. We lost our coat hanger. Oh, no. Hey. Oh, it fell. Great. So it's kind of what I was expecting to find when I hooked the voltmeter up to the battery. We're getting 12.14. Guys, that is way too low. That is way too low. And I'm betting that worse than having low voltage is it's got low cranking amps. It's making it very difficult for this battery to start the car. So I'm thinking first, let's put this back wherever it came from. Very important that we don't lose our coat hanger here, right? Let's try to leave that there where we can get to it. You can get to it by lifting the hood and just reaching under it and grabbing it. It's doable. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm betting it's not a starter issue. It's an alternator issue is really what I think, or could be a ground issue. I'd almost put money on the starter though, or on the alternator though. Not difficult to replace. Ouch, that's hot. I mean, it sits right here on top. Here's your vacuum lines that go to your, what is this? This is some kind of a solenoid. It's an electronic solenoid. I'm betting if you follow these vacuum lines, you're going to find something down here is disconnected. Now, here's the cruise control. It works, so we know the vacuum going to that is fine. We also have vacuum lines that run down to the throttle body. There's some vacuum lines down here. There's another one right there. Any of these could be damaged, partially disconnected. This one down here, there's a fuel pressure regulator over there. There's a lot of vacuum lines. Here is your map sensor, and I'm telling you, I keep thinking it's going to have something to do with either the map sensor being bad or the vacuum line disconnected or just not hooked up properly. Let's go ahead and just pop this off. It takes 2 seconds to take this off. These engines are really not very difficult to work on. Yeah, this really is. I believe this is a 77,000 mile car. I do. So there's your throttle position sensor right there. There is your map sensor. I see the hose is connected, but is it connected down here? Yeah, it is. It goes right there. There's another one right there. Yeah, it's all connected, so it's vacuum related. I promise you it's vacuum related. I spent most of my youth working on all of these old cars. GM was kind of my thing, man. I always loved the old 80s and 90s GM cars. So I spent a lot of time purchasing them, working on them, flipping them when I was younger. As for that climate control, there's so many things it could be. The fact that the radio doesn't work and the climate control doesn't work makes me think it could be a fuse. That would be a simple fix. Alternator sits right on top, probably a simple fix. With that said, look under here. You get tons of fuses under here. You got to pop. There we go. And pop. There's your maxi fuses. You've got your relays under here, more maxi fuses over there. And this whole cover it's supposed to have some nuts, but somebody obviously took them off. See right here? There's supposed to be some nuts here that hold all of this on, but obviously somebody didn't care. So that tells me somebody's been under here. You know what I mean? Somebody's been looking. There's also fuses on the interior. Most likely, if there's a fuse blown for the radio and that information center, that's going to be inside the car, not under the hood here. I think that's going to end the video, guys. It was a lot of fun. We got it running. We got it driving. We took it over 10 miles. And it will restart with a little assistance. I'm probably going to pull the battery out, take it inside, make sure it's fully charged back up and everything. And are we going to come back and actually do some work on this? I don't know. Guys, it's a $200 car. At the end of the day, I got a feeling it's probably not going to sell for much. chances are the videos aren't going to do all that great on an old 90s Cadillac anyway, so this one may not be worth putting a lot of money into. So we'll see. We'll see how this video does. I'll look at your comments to see if you guys want us to work on it or if you think we should punt it down the road. But ultimately, this thing will probably end up going to Copart for sale, and it'll probably be a no reserve type of auction. Like if it brings $50, $100, $200, whatever, I'll probably just let this one go. And wouldn't you know it, as soon as I turn the camera off, my yellow Geo Metro is sitting back there under a tree where it's supposed to be safe. A giant limb crashed down from the top of the tree and fell on the Geo. Yeah. I see it, I'm looking at it, you can't see it, but that's for another video. If you enjoyed this one, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing y'all again very soon in the next one.